Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Powell said the right stuff. He did. He started the quantitative easing, or he's slowing down the tightening. So you can look at it either way. He said they're not raising rates. And let me tell you, the amount of people on Twitter that blow my mind that said he just told you they're going to raise rates. They can raise rates. He did it. Isn't it funny how 1,000 people can hear something and 50% hear it one way, 50% hear it the other? He was very clear, saying very high bar to raise rates. That's what he said. And people said, oh, he's going to raise rates. Just crazy interesting, right? Crazy interesting. Okay, so by the numbers, you have NVIDIA right at 844, back to our 844. Does it go? Does it go? Then we see. Okay? Interesting. NEO had huge deliveries, so that's interesting, considering Tesla had really bad things. Coin is up 8. Carvana is up 38. Carvana's flying. Huge beat. I told you the biggest beat back in 2000, way back, was when somebody is supposed to lose money. Carvana is supposed to lose 72 cents. Don't just lose 50 cents or 20 cents. They come in positive. And that's what happened. So today, you want to see, in theory, you want to see SPX get to 5,100, okay? That would tell you they believe the Powell stuff. If for some reason we go negative and we break 5,000, that would be very ugly. Now, yesterday, how about the NASDAQ? We had NDX, and people are sending me stuff that some of these places don't trade it. This is kind of strange to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. People like, I trade here, so if they don't trade it, I'm not going to trade it. I'll find something different. I'll trade QQQ. Well, QQQ is not the same. QQQ is never going to go $8 to $80 or $8 to $250. It's a different trade, guys. It's a different trade. Okay? Change brokerage. That's what I would say. I mean, pretty straightforward to me. Or have a separate brokerage for a specific trade. But anyway, we bought NASDAQ put on the downside, and they doubled. They doubled. You could have sold them. Well, you could have held them into the thing. But this is very interesting because this NASDAQ becomes a thing on every Fed day. If you believe the Fed is going to move the market 50 points either way on SPX, then we buy NASDAQ and it moves 300 points either way. Isn't that interesting? And I did get a call from one guy that got off at like 81, got the sell off at 81. Very nice, very nice. Now, if you held them, the 17,600 went to 17,650, went back to 17,300, down 300 points when it dropped. Crazy, right? Crazy. Today, let's see what happens. But NVIDIA is the key. NVIDIA is the key, and then we see SMCI is at a conference. I don't know what you can say in a conference, but it's there. It's 4 to 6 week avoid unless it gets over 880. Okay, very straightforward. Things that I was saying yesterday, Microsoft had earnings, stunningly great earnings, and it got to $416. It's down $16, or $16, $17. Okay, that's a lot. Google, great earnings, down $10. Okay, and then we see Avago's trying to go. If it can get over 1,300, then it has a shot to rip. Qualcomm, good numbers. First Solar, by the numbers, had good numbers. They guided up. It's not really up, but very interesting because they guided to $14 for the year. At 20 PE, that's 280. It's at 180, right? Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Carvana, I think it can get to 132. Okay. And earnings next week on ARM, then we see. Goldman Sachs trying to run. If the rates come down pretty good today, Goldman Sachs can go to 436. Okay, so we keep an eye on that. And that's what we know. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Powell was bullish yesterday. He wasn't bearish. He wasn't going to tell you, I'm killing your dream. I can only do that to my kids. No, who knows what he does? I have no idea. But, he wasn't going to do that. I mean, people are kind of strange. But, it's very interesting. This is off the beaten path here. Is, can you imagine being so bitter in life that every day in your whole life, you're just a negative person? The market needs to crash. We need another war. I hate this group. I mean, are people really this bitter? Just crazy, right? Crazy. So these people, remember, the people you follow on Twitter, people influence people. Don't do that. Don't be influenced. If you follow negativity, people, like I said to start with, Powell was not negative. He didn't tell you they're going to raise rates. Okay? He didn't tell you that. So if somebody's telling you that, and they're going to tell you, oh, we're going to crash, every day. You remember that Mr. I forget who it was, but guy on TV used to come on. For 15 years, he came on and said there was a crash, and there wasn't going to be a crash. And there was never a crash for 15 years. Now he's gone. Interesting. SPX up 33. At 32, it puts it at 50-50. You got 50-72, 50-81, 5100, 5132 explosion up. Underneath 5,000 would be bad. Underneath 4952 gets really ugly. Avago moving. Can it get to 1300, 1310, 1332? NVIDIA a little bit better, right at 844. It needs 861. It got to 859 yesterday and then dropped 30. Okay? But it really needs 861. Okay, then we see Lam Research, no man's land, let it go lower, wait for AMAT earnings. 923, 921, 923. Amazon 184, 188. First Solar, by the numbers, this thing should be 200. Not quite sure what else they said, but it's not really moving, so keep an eye on that. AMD 151, 156, under 131. Lilly can't seem to get through 794. Carvana 121, 126. ARM 103, 109. Goldman Sachs 436, 441. Bitcoin better. Bitcoin can get. So here's the thing. Bitcoin drops 3,000. MicroStrategy should have been down 200. It was not negative. It went positive. That tells you they weren't going to kill it. So if Bitcoin pops to 62 to 65 tomorrow, nobody's saying it's going to. And you would think it can run 200. In theory. Coin earnings tonight. I think the earnings will be pretty good, but the problem is it's down from 266. If it's good, 250. A long way. It's still 30 points. When it was at 200, it was way too far. Okay. Meta, no man's land. SCMI, no man's land. 791. NOW, no man's land. 791, 792 on it. Microsoft 409. Tesla 188. That's what we know. Comments, questions. Initial jobs, thoughts on snow. Snow's okay. It's just not moving. I mean, they overcharge. Look, let me tell you. I understand the whole AI thing. I understand people charging way too much. I understand all this, okay? But I also know that you have to be reasonable, okay? And if your bills come in too high, the CEO says, X, no, let's go to somebody else. Let's go to a competitor. All these people with subscription models that want to keep raising prices, and I understand Amazon does it, so you have to do it. We understand that whole paradigm, okay? Just understand, Snow hasn't said a good thing in 18 months. They have not said one good thing in 18 months. The CEO has left. They guided way lower. The new CEO did buy some stock. And does it go up? Maybe. Maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. But why would you pay on a company that loses $70 on earnings? Why would you pay more than $2 25 points up? Can't do it. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. But you can't do it because the company's not known for great stuff. And then we see. That's the comments on Snow. Everybody have a great trading day. See you. Chat.